Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a great weekend so far, and welcome to this new video right here on Ethereum. And we've had some very interesting price action over the course of the last 24 hours, which I don't say very often over the course of the weekend, but it's true. So that's what we'll talk about in this video. We're going to do a full update on that. We'll talk about the possibility of a pullback, which is obviously what I've spoken about yesterday. And what I said yesterday was most likely I might have to come back on that, all right? It's not completely settled yet, but the price action for Ethereum, especially if you compare it to Bitcoin and XRP, which it's very comparable to, has been much better than those, and has actually a potential for us to move into that 4,000 region. Which, by the way, just to get that out of the air, do I expect us to rally into 4,000? Yes, on the higher time frames, I think we are going up to $4,000. But there's a lot of different ways in which you can get there. You can see on a 3-day time frame, we left imbalances all the way down to 2,700, right? So it is a possibility that we drop down all the way there, consolidate, and maybe we'll reach that level in October. I mean, who knows, right? So that is something I think you need to be aware of, and that's also what I wanted to speak about. And for that, we will zoom in, right? Because right now, we are at a crucial level, around $3,600, but you can also see twice we actually reached a little bit higher into 3,680. So at this point of time, technically, as you can see right here as well, and right here, we're still at that resistance level, and we can still pull back. However, I think the key to whether we are going up to $4 straight away, or whether we're going to get a pullback first, where the main target I would be looking at first would be around 3,200, right? So 3,300, 3,100 instead of 2,800. That would be pretty deep. I don't expect that unless we get some very bad news. But dropping down into that is a possibility, and we have to look at the short term. Now, short term, Ethereum has made higher highs, as you can see right here. Earlier this morning, we got quite a lot of momentum. The Asian session seems to love Ethereum, and we made higher highs. However, there's a bit of a problem, and that is that there's a major bearish divergence between this high and this one. The price has gone higher, the volume has not. It happened over the course of the weekend. The RSI has made lower highs, and the only thing that is also making higher highs is the open interest. All right. So therefore, look, in my opinion, the most important level for Ethereum right now is this level right here. It's 3,630. Let's say 3,620. That is the value area high of the balance we formed since Friday. And that is also, it's just a respected level, right? So if we really want to get up to $4,000 on the higher time frames, what needs to happen is that Ethereum needs to, on the lower time frames, signal to us that there's a lot of momentum, and the way it can do that is holding that level. If we're going to be able to hold that level over the course of the next, let's say 16 hours, then I was wrong, and we're going up and we're at least going up higher, but I would say towards $4,000, because technically on the lower time frames that's such a bullish confirmation that I think that's fair to say. However, because of the bearish divergences, because of the major resistance level that we're at, I would still say that it is a little bit more likely that we're not going to be able to hold that we'll get a bearish breakdown, and that we're going to fill some imbalances, right? And then, like I said, the most interesting level to me is going to be that level between 3,300 and 3,200. But I'll keep you updated on that if we're really going to drop down into that. I think I will be in time if I make a new video tomorrow morning. But for now, be aware of the current situation, be aware of the risks. And like I said, I still think it's a little bit more likely we're going to get a pullback. But I'll keep you updated on that. For now, that's it. Enjoy your Sunday. Don't worry too much, and bye.